Oh, hey there. I'd like to talk a little about breath today. Hi, Les Raymond here with the Mindful Movement. Thanks for joining me today for another mindful tip. Today's tip is on breathing or breath practice. So I work in a gym most of the time, and the first thing we do in every session is kind of connect with breath. And we'll have some type of practice. And we might use maybe 20 or 30 different type of practices. And in general, because most of our lives are a little sympathetic driven, where we could always use more relaxation than stimulation. In general, there are exceptions to that. We'll tend to focus on breath work where the exhales are longer than the inhales. And that facilitates relaxation. So there's a lot of ways to do that, and some people find it challenging, and sometimes in the act of observing the breath, people find it challenging not to kind of take control and hold it and manipulate it. And we want to be able to watch it and still be able to relax at the same time. So one of the patterns that we use to make this a little easier is by using a little bit of a structure. And we'll use it's a ratio. It's a 2:1:4 ratio. What that means is the inhale is some multiple of 2, and then you hold your breath for half that duration, and then you exhale for twice that duration. For example, most people will begin by inhaling for a count of 4, and it could be a count of 4, whatever a count means to you. It could be 4 heartbeats, it could be 4 seconds. But in for 4, hold for 2, and then out for 8. And sometimes it takes a few breath cycles just to get used to that. And what happens is as you relax, you could add to that. And you add in multiples of 2:1:4. For instance, if you find it very easy to get to a count of 8 on your exhale, then try inhaling for 6, holding for 3, and exhaling for 12. And then 8, 4, 16, and so forth. And it kind of takes the mind off trying to relax and focusing on more of a simpler task for some people, which is just following the count. And the relaxation just happens. And the longer you spend at it, you'll realize the longer you can get. I've had sessions where I could easily get to an inhale of 20, 10, and an exhale of 40. Now I say that's easy. It's not necessarily easy. That's maybe 20 minutes into a practice. But it does happen. And the more you practice, the easier that will come. But it's just a simple way where you could have a task, or the conscious mind is on something very simple, and it allows the internal environment to really change and become relaxed through practicing without trying to relax. So it's a very powerful practice. I find that a lot of people that are not used to really setting aside time for breath practice, that might feel challenged at the idea of relaxing as a beginner, find it as a really useful tool where I could just follow this math, let the math be what it is, and let it grow very organically. And then after a few minutes, you just realize you're in a different state. Your nervous system has created some type of shift. And I think you'll know what I'm talking about when you practice. I would love to hear what you guys think about it. So if you do practice, let us know, give us your feedback, and let the community know what it's done for you, or if there's any variation. If the numbers are just not feeling right for you, then you could tweak those numbers a little bit to whatever feels right. But in my experience, it's a very effective practice for pretty much anybody. The first few tries, it might be challenging, but usually everybody kind of gets in a groove and gets it. But it gives you some structure, but it still delivers the benefits we're looking for. And over time, it'll teach you that you can relax and you can use the breath as that tool. And this is just a simple way to practice. I hope you enjoy this. As always, have a tremendous day.